This week on TGC News, 44s that are 22s, Big Blue gets easy, and an axe that's actually a firearm. With e-commerce companies going full-on anti-gun, there has to be an alternative, right? Well, guess what? Make Ready Arms is your solution, offering turnkey all-in-one e-commerce solutions for everyone from huge established brands to the folks that just want to make a little bit of side cash. They have customizable templates from top to bottom for everyone and even offer distributor integration for drop shipping. This gun-friendly solution has plugins for things you know and love like MailChimp, ShipStation, QuickBooks, and more. Whether you want to have your own physical inventory or pull down from the top distributors out there, or maybe you're an instructor looking to just schedule some classes, you can do it all. Normally, you could do a 15-day free trial, but if you use my code TGC30, you get a full month for free when you get set up over at MakeReadyArms.com. Welcome back to another episode of TGC News, the only gun news show that covers things you actually care about. My name is Jon Patton. Let's kick things off this week with some legendary news. Glock has announced yet another new pistol. They were building up some serious hype over this thing, and I gotta tell you, all of the speculations this time were pretty entertaining. Some folks were saying it was going to be an unbelievable pistol caliber carbine, it was going to be amazing, and others were saying things like it's going to be a Glock revolver. And it seems no one guessed it. The new Glock is the Model 44, and it's chambered in .22 long rifle. Yes, apparently that's legendary according to Glock. I hit them pretty hard on social media for disappointing people, but now that I've had a think about it, I want to share my thoughts. First, let's run through the basics. Shout out to Ludus Integritas on Instagram for posting this great image. He actually got hands-on time with the gun. The new Glock 44 is a 4-inch barrel semi-auto .22 long rifle pistol with a 10-round magazine. It is exactly the same size as a Glock 19, and surprisingly is very similar inside, even with a dual recoil spring setup. The slide, however, is fairly interesting because instead of being all metal, a large portion of it is actually polymer. I guess that's a weight savings thing. And if you don't need the structural integrity of metal, why use it, right? Why not save it in weight? So basically, a Glock 19 that's been transformed into a .22. I mean, that's not a bad call on Glock's part, but legendary? I'm not so sure. The thing that gets me, though, is that it doesn't come standard with a threaded barrel. At the MSRP of $430-ish, that pricing is unconfirmed, at that price, it should definitely come with a 0.5x28 threaded barrel. That was a huge disappointment for me. Then again, most factory Glocks run like crap with silencers, so maybe that's why. Not really, but I had to rib them there. They have said that factory threaded barrels will be available at launch, but I've heard prices on those will be another 150-ish bucks, and to me, that's just not great. So all in all, the G44 could be a great gun. It's just not the gun that enthusiasts seem to want. However, enthusiasts are only a small portion of the gun buying public, and I'm betting that when this hits gun store shelves, it's going to sell like crazy, much like Ruger and Smith & Wesson 22s. The Glock name carries a lot of weight, and now there's a low recoil version to teach new shooters, practice, or just have a good time, even if it doesn't come with a threaded barrel and decent capacity magazines. What do you guys think? Are you going to snag one of these things? I hear the street price is going to be around 375-ish bucks, so maybe that's easier to stomach. Let's talk about it down in the comments section below. Next up this week is something a little different. The gun industry has had award shows before. Heck, we did awards at SHOT Show before. TFB has their Reader's Choice Awards. It's not really a new thing. However, there is a new take on it happening right now. It's called the Gundies. And no, it's not a gun underwear company. The name comes from the TV show The Office and their Dunder Mifflin Awards called the Dundies. Play on words there. We had the creators come on the TGC podcast recently, link in the description, and the basic idea for the Gundies is sort of twofold. On one side, you have the audience voting on their favorite influencers and content creators every day, and those daily votes also count as entries into giveaways from the various sponsors. I, for one, think it's a great idea. Let me run through the different categories that are up for voting here. They are Best Outdoorsman, Most Likely to Survive the Apocalypse, Best Shooter, Best Gun Reviewer, Photographer of the Year, Most Influential, Influencer of the Year, and Most Entertaining Content Creator. TGC is actually up for the last three that I mentioned. Please, for the love of God, for the love of everything that is guns, go vote for us. Vote for TGC. Please vote for us. There are also two categories specific to brands. Most Innovative Brand of the Year and Most Involved Brand in the Community. There are actually some TGC friends and partners in both of those categories. I find things like this to be really interesting. I think it's a great idea. For creators, it's really a good way to connect with the audience and sort of interact and like rah-rah together, that sort of thing. That's fun. For the audience, this is a chance to win some stuff and support your favorite creators. Some folks out there have claimed that this is nothing more than an email grab, and the creators actually address that specifically on the podcast that we did with them, saying that yes, they are collecting emails, but the sponsors don't actually end up getting those emails. So yay for not getting more junk emails. Thinking back through all of the other awards that have been around, I think this one is the first one to sort of reach across several different subgenres and types of people. So I'm very curious to see who takes the wins. If you guys want, I'll make sure to follow up once the winners are announced. We have a couple more new guns to cover this week. First up, one from Henry Repeating Arms that is bordering on the edge of weird and awesome. It's called the Lever Action Axe, and essentially it's a 410 lever action firearm with a barrel length just shy of 16 inches and overall length of just over 26 inches. It's also a side gate gun, which means you can load it from either the tube or the side of the receiver. It'll hold up to 5 rounds of the 2.5-inch shells. It's pretty cool to see a different take on the not a shotgun firearm thing. And hopefully, if this thing sells enough, we can convince Henry to make a dang 12-gauge version. The MSRP on the lever axe is $970. Next up, Smith & Wesson has a new gun on the market called the M&P 9 Shield EZ M2.0. Yep, they took that 380 gun and bumped it up to a 9mm. We actually did a review of the 380 Performance Center version of that gun not too long ago, and I found it to be a fantastic gun. The keys are that it is a super easy to rack slide with sort of big wings on the rear, mags with loading assistance tabs, and the fact that it is hammer fired instead of striker like the ultra high volume seller standard version of the Shield. It's still a single stack, it still tops out at 8 rounds in the mag, and it still has a lot of features that you would expect from this gun. To me, this gun is interesting because it's sort of like a full-size version of the compact Shield that everybody loves and lots of people carry, but leans into the realm of a gun that's very easy to load and fire for folks that are maybe new to guns or have less strength to manipulate things. I absolutely love the 380 PC version, so I'm very curious to see how this one compares to that. I actually have one sitting on my desk right now, so there will be a video in the not-so-distant future. The MSRP on the 9EZ is $479. Our Guntuber of the week this time is from the Smokies, and the biggest reason I'm sharing this channel with you guys is because this guy, Josh, stepped up and did me a big favor, helped me out, and he's just genuinely a good dude to have as a friend. So with that in mind, check out Opie and the Smokies.
What's going on, everybody? We're back at the range, and this time we have the Southern Precision Tooling Hoodoo Button Brake. This is their 1911 based off of the old U.S. Army Retro Edition, and comes with the OD green colored slide and frame, as well as the wood looking plastic textured grips.
I would love it if you guys head over there and get subscribed. His channel is approaching 1,000 subs. He's clawing his way there. So let's make that happen. There is a link in the description for you guys to go over there, get subscribed. And when you do, be sure to tell him TGC sent you. Coltac is no longer just making suppressor wraps and pouches. They're jumping headfirst into the precision rifle game with products like the Cuddle Bag, the Boss Bag, the Ammo Book, and the Rifle Handle. You pick the colors, they build the gear. And because you're awesome and you watch TGC, they're doing a special discount code for you. TGC10 will get 10% off your entire order over at coltac.com. It's time now for More Friendly Fire, the segment where I answer your questions. This time, our questions are coming from our incredible supporters over at subscribestar.com. If you enjoy the show every week, you should check that out. First up, Blacktron Rock says, how do you feel about copies like the TCR-22? Are they good for the consumer, or are they straight up intellectual theft? Well, I think that if someone were to make a gun like that, they would be smart to look into some sort of licensing agreement if the design is patented and that patent is still in place, but that gets very complex very fast. The consumers are generally the winners in cases like this. It's sort of a case-by-case basis with me on that topic, but in the context of 1022 copies, there are already so many different copies of that gun that I don't know, if Ruger wanted to get serious about that and start prosecuting everybody or demanding licensing from everybody, they should probably do that. I don't know, maybe they already have that set up. I don't know. Case-by-case basis for me depends on the context. Next up, Ryan R. wants to know my thoughts on the whole Virginia thing. For those out of the loop, the state of Virginia has proposed some insane new gun laws, and a huge amount of the counties in that state have come out and said they are not going to enforce those laws. It's sort of a standoff. I'm actually going to do a video on this topic that's kind of overarching this week to try and cover it all because it's a lot. What I do know is that it's incredible to see people fighting back against a tyrannical government. That is my biggest takeaway here. Adam Chervis says, what do you do to maintain sanity when it all becomes too much? And he didn't give context as to whether that means with like gun laws and that sort of thing, or just life in general, or maybe what I do personally when things get crazy. I don't know. He didn't give that context, so we'll answer it generally. That's a very complex one. This is especially important this time of year because this is when depression can really set in for some folks. But I think my number one tactic is to talk to people. Vent a little bit, talk things out that might be like frustrating or sad. You know, I'm very fortunate that I've got a great group of friends. I have a wonderful better half. Genevieve is amazing. I also have some really good friends that I can talk to at any point that have already helped me with some hard things in my life. So talking things out can have a huge impact. Also, get out and do things for yourself. Lately, I've been doing more things for me. Like, for instance, I've been really enjoying the process of growing out this sweet beard and trying new products and like educating myself on how to take care of it properly and like style it and just not look like a hobo. That's a thing that I care about. And therefore, I'm sort of appreciating myself more. That can do a lot for my sanity personally. I think so sort of talking things out is a good point, and doing things for yourself is also a very good point. My friendly fire question to you guys this week. I'm stealing this from Tanner, one of the TGC Nation mods. If Santa packs heat, what would he carry? How about a sidearm and a sleigh carry? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to ask a friendly fire question, send that to me on theguncollective.com. That is it for this week's show, guys. If you disliked it, hit that button. If you liked it, hit like, get subscribed, and consider supporting us via the links in the video description. If you like the shirt I'm wearing and you want to see more like it, go over to Ballistic Ink and support us that way. We also have a second YouTube channel where all our podcasts live called TGC Surplus. Go over there, get subscribed, and as always, thank you all for watching. We'll see you soon. Yep, it's over, but don't worry, you can click on the video up top to watch last week's show, and the one below that is the one that YouTube thinks you'll enjoy. Check them out and let me know what you think.